What's up, Battletech fans? Welcome to Gods and Generals 2, the show where we collaborate with our fellow creators and put their minds to the test in a contest of metal versus metal, where you better think on the spot or you just might get got. Folks, welcome my special guest at this time, none other than the man sure to be on your screens from here to Cancun very soon, Country Fried Minis. Say hello.
Howdy, folks. I'm Cameron from Country Fried Minis.
The up-and-coming superstar himself, right here on my screen. Boy, I feel privileged. Folks, we are piggybacking on a video that we did just a few months ago, the Tukayyid special, where we painted up a bunch of stuff. He painted the fabulous Comguard minis he did. I painted the Clan Jade Falcons. We had always wanted to do this video where we had them fight, but I had to travel, things being what they were, the storm. I was, kind of out of the loop for a couple of months there, so here we are. We're finally circling back around, taking the long way home.
Definitely excited for this summertime engagement at this time.
So let's take a look at what we got going on over here on Megamech. We got all kinds of cool stuff. So these are the same units that you picked from the painting video, right? None of this is any
correct.
Different?
These are all the models that were painted up. I think two of them are the Comstar level 2s from Catalyst Games, and the third group was cobbled together from different kits.
Okay. And see, I just threw together whatever clan miniatures I had at the time that would fit, but I didn't get to field my entire force because we had set a battle value limit on this, didn't we?
Yeah, we're sitting at 25K, if I recall correctly.
Yes, 25,000 battle value. So with my mechs being what they were and the pilots, if I wanted to have, decent shots in at least half of them, that's going to eat up a lot of battle value. It's going to eat it up real quick. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's take a look at what you got here, because this is some serious iron. I want to showcase this. You're going to start off with a Banshee 3S.
Oh, got to get him in there.
I'm
a little partial to the original Banshee design, but it doesn't really hold up as much as the retrofit. It doesn't do anything great, but it does a whole bunch.
This Atlas is something special. So what was your line of thinking in choosing that particular model?
I just, I really like the large lasers, and I figured that big chassis will survive long enough to get them shots off and start doing some real damage, stripping some armor off of them opponents.
Classic Crab. One of my
large lasers.
See, I feel like that's what's going to get me. It's just going to be nothing but large laser hate because we come right up on a Crockett right after that.
You know it.
And he's your captain.
Ace, I'm hoping that 3-4 will make a bit of a difference and start getting some hits. And I believe that one's got some SRM love as well. Yeah,
I believe he's got a pair of SRM 6s on it.
Mm-hmm. Gotta love searching for crits.
You got everything there, and like I say, he backs up your other units. And of course, you go to the guillotine, another large laser, the Flashman, some more large lasers. I'm sensing a theme here, Cameron. Are you trying to large laser hose me?
Oh yes,
Lancelot, Blang Knight. Look at all these large lasers. I hadn't actually sat down and legitimately analyzed this shit until now.
I'm honestly in the same boat, and I'm seeing it now, and I love it.
Oh my god. Okay, finally something that's not a large laser, the King Crab. That's the double AC-20 version, or is that
I believe so, yeah. It's I couldn't quite fit in the Clan Buster in my original BV calculations, but I'm a sucker for AC-20s. They miss all the time, but when they hit, they sure do hit.
I suppose. See, I wasn't sure if it was the 000 or the 400 that was the Clan Buster version. I thought if it's not the Clan Buster, I might be okay if we can keep it at range, but I'll have to hope that I chose my bot types well. Let's move up. I got some guys here.
Ooh,
the
lovely.
Kit Fox. He's one of my favorites. I've always liked him. The A, especially for the Gauss rifle. Now, this guy right here, the Warhawk C, just one of my all-time hands-down favorite assaults. Just sheer raw firepower. And I didn't make him a berserker. I made him a juggernaut. So
nice.
Yeah, he's not going to be going, buck wild mercenary man over here. And so
double
is the Turkina.
PPC,
He's
double large pulse lasers. That guy's going to be punching holes
on a T-com.
So good.
One of my berserkers, howsoever, is this Executioner B right here. I threw a Zerk in there.
Nice.
And I believe my crossbow here is my other Zerk. Like,
okay.
totally berserk bot that will go to great lengths to do anything and everything to grind you into dust for the sole sake of satisfaction.
I love it. Actually, that executioner on Berserk should be pretty scary. ERPPC Ultra AC20.
Yeah, that's the 20 cannon version. Yep.
Oh, he's going to run in there disregarding any armor slougage and then pop mechs in a single salvo.
And he's got the mask, so you got to hope for mask failure there. You also had kind of an interesting strategy insofar as what kind of bots that you wanted to put into these things. And I think you told me that you wanted to limit it to like 3.
Yes, indeed.
You went skirmisher, striker, and scout. Those were your big 3. I didn't limit myself thusly. I picked from whatever I thought was good.
I think it's appropriate. These whole groups here are, kind of going with the RP from the video. These are groups of fairly inexperienced pilots under new command. So they're going to be a little more reserved, sticking to training standards so that they, they're not trying to risk the mechs, not trying to risk their lives, but they're trying to get a little bit of work done. So I figured the skirmishers could dance around and the strikers will get work done. And there's a few scouts in there to focus on preserving their lighter frames.
See, I respect that a lot because most folks in this particular situation where you've got, 18 mechs, I've got 10, you outnumber me by a lot, it would all be about go for the throat, rip him apart, limb from limb, and you're thinking, no, let me attack this from a lore perspective. Let me do what these people actually would have done, which is a rare thing. Most folks don't fight like real human beings.
I think it's a point that's often glazed over in tabletop play. A lot of these mechs are hundreds of years old. They've been passed down to people, or they're the property of great houses or whatever. Yeah. And people wouldn't be risking them. In fact, when's the last time
your entire life is tied to your ownership of this thing? Literally everything, your land holdings, your title, your status, your money, like power, influence, it's all tied to whether or not do you own this, yes or no. And if you risk it and it goes away,
you're suddenly dispossessed and you're no longer a mech warrior.
In an instant.
It's kind of amazing.
I feel that.
I'd like to see it more on the tabletop. I'm trying to encourage the guys down at the Berkeley Gaming Group to play more that way. But, at its core, a lot of folks just look at it as a tabletop game, a fun time.
Sure. Which there's nothing wrong with that. What I try to tell the players down here at my local game shop is these guys may be faceless mooks, right? The bad guys you're fighting against, whoever it happens to be at that point. But they want to go home and drink a beer with their friends just as much as anybody else, just as much as you do. So, they're not going to just not everybody is Captain America and just throws themselves on grenades like it's a thing to do. So I try to keep that model in mind, and I try to play like if I were a real person in this situation, what would I be doing? It'd be time to go.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I don't know. I think there's a small contingent of people who are all about that RP aspect.
Yeah.
But let's talk about maps. Let's talk about placement. Let's talk about that kind of thing, because we haven't gotten around to that yet. And this, when it comes to Gods and Generals anyway, is one of the most important things. It's just as important as your unit placement is where do you place those units and what maps are being used and how many. So just because you may have the advantage on numbers doesn't mean I might not be able to recoup. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Recoup that advantage in terrain. So let's take a look at it. Let's pick maps first before we pick where we're going to start. Unless you really want to go in blind. I
think this is a very important part of strategizing the entire encounter, especially given that this is a battle here on Tukayyid, more or less. Or explicitly so. So
now,
I'm personally thinking
spoken about having 4 maps or 6. I can't remember.
I think 4.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No worries. I think 6 maps is going to favor like the really long range stuff. So
yeah, and the clanners have that advantage.
LRMs, ERPPCs. I think a 4 map would favor my build a bit with large lasers. So I'm comfortable with it. I think 4 and 6 are kind of the standard for those big classic battles.
Sure. How does that look? Look to your left there. How does that spread look?
Fantastic to me.
All right.
And now I believe there's some classic
maps.
classic builds here, but I'm not super familiar with their names.
Well, we can see them over here on the right.
Oh yes,
of the screen, you can actually see them.
So I'd be comfortable
I've moved the chat box.
doing something thematically. If you'd like to go down and put 4 that match together, I guess we could also maybe try to replicate. Oh, what was that town from Jade Falcon? Olala.
Yeah, Olala and like Hump Tulips.
Hump Tulips, yeah. So what about setting up maybe some grasslands on one side and perhaps a water feature in a small town?
Okay.
Would you want to use maybe the lakes and the river comm center both?
For the top one?
Yeah, or on one side of the map perhaps.
Okay, I got an idea. I think that the River Comm Center should be map number 1, and we'll do map number 3 as the big lake.
Sounds good to me.
So let's do 0 as this one, map 0, okay. Right? Boom. Map 1 will be this thing, right?
Nice.
Map 3, lake area, that one.
Oh, yeah.
So map 3 will feed into the lake from the river, I should say, from map number 1.
Sick.
So now we just have to figure out what we're going to do on map number 2. You said you wanted.
I think map 2 should probably have an equivalent amount of cover. Rolling Hills 1 grasslands.
You want to go with that one for map number 2?
Yeah, I think so. What's that? That's five major hills and a bunch of trees as well.
And
it looks like a fair amount of cover. Yeah, it looks good to me.
And if you want to view the game board, we'll do it here.
Ooh, and see the whole thing. Oh yeah, that looks great. So top right and bottom left have some solid cover, and then that bottom right is a little open, but it's going to force mechs to go around the lake, which I dig.
Do you see what I mean? How the river comes off the map there and then goes right into that big lake?
It works super well.
And then you got these over there, so it makes sense. Let's call this area here north, west, east, and south. Down here is south.
You got it.
Make life real easy on each other.
Okay, so given that this is kind of a nod towards Tukayyid and perhaps the battle in Olala, should the Inner Sphere forces start in the city? Perhaps we could do the corner deployment for this one.
Okay. So I figured you would want to start in the city just because of the nature of the duel and everything like that being historical, and that's what they were there to protect. So, yeah, I would imagine you would start somewhere in that direction, so northward.
Yeah.
Anywhere northeast.
I think the northeast, what is it? It's like half the map each direction and then 3 hexes deep from the corner. So that should give...
Yeah, this would be northeast corner would be... where they would be deploying. Or, I mean, hell, if you wanted to put somebody in the northwest, you could, but I imagine they'd be somewhere around this area of the map, that you wouldn't want to go too much farther than that. But, I mean, it's up to you, honestly, it is. You can do wherever you want.
We could go with the traditional north-south deployment as well, and that'd give your forces an option to deploy in both that heavy cover as well as the open field if you need the space for speed.
Okay. I mean, I don't get to pick necessarily where these things go. The AI picks it for you. You just pick northwest, east, south, that kind of thing, and hope for the best.
Exactly. I think I'm comfortable going north for the Inner Sphere forces.
Okay, so you want to, I mean, take literally all your dudes and throw them to the north.
Well, because they'd be
I'm fine with it. I'm just making sure that that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the right thing.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great to me. I think that the Inner Sphere forces are going to be, using the city to their advantage. Like that's a big focus here. Getting this ambush on the clan forces. I suppose you can't really replicate that with AI, but this isn't exactly Olala. It's just
this is an approximation. Yeah,
as best we can do.
This is more of an abstraction than anything else. I'm gonna go south on my first group.
Yeah,
and I'll go southeast on the other 5.
Ooh, lovely. Taking that advantage of the open field to charge in.
I'll try, anything I can get in this particular situation. Okay, so I've gone south, southeast, and
Lovely.
You have taken a purely northern attack here.
We're just gonna pile up and get ready for the charge of the clans.
One more time, we'll view the game board. So you'll be deploying somewhere up in this particular map
3
edge.
hexes in, right?
Yeah, or thereabouts. And we will traverse this whole thing, and I will have 1 star starting down in this direction, hopefully by this mountain, and my other guys in the south will be here. I'm hoping to take advantage of maybe some of these trees and these hills. We shall see what they do. But I do believe at this point that we have everything situated that we need to have. It's all correct. We've got the maps. We've got the directions. We know the gimmick. I think it's time. Are you ready?
Indeed. Well bargained and met, Commander.
All right. 3, 2, 1, fight. Let's see what happens.
Awesome.
All right. Let me zoom out first once I get the game board back in sight. All right. Here we are. Looks like we're deploying.
Looks like the AI deployed well around the little mountain in the corner.
And my guys are taking the hills like I wanted them to. So, okay. Now we've got movement. All right. Here we go.
Okay, we're advancing. Interesting to see the Inner Sphere forces taking the hills instead of the city.
Kind of wonder what the Berserker guys are going to do, like how that's going to play out. Looks like, they're running on
entering
pavement
water. Okay,
yep,
that's a interesting choice.
Looks like somebody's taking a shot here.
Shots are popping off. Long range
Shadowhawk
stuff.
and Turkina, Massacre. Wow, a lot more shots than I would have imagined at this range.
PPC's hitting. Oh, large lasers hitting.
Some stuff is hitting. Yeah, you and your 4,000 large lasers. How can you miss? Do you think you got him?
I've always heard that redundancy is the key to actually scoring hits.
I mean, you're probably right.
I may have picked that up from Wargamer Fritz, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. It seems like there's probably some mechs here that are having trouble making decisions because it's going to put them in weapon bands they don't want to be in.
Yeah, well, too bad, rookie. Get in there. Mix it up. You ain't got no hair on your chest if you don't.
Grasshopper jumped forward. Let's see. Maybe the self-preservation is kicking in and they don't want to charge into ERPPC range.
I don't know. Right now we got them. Looks like they're gathering in the northeastern part of the map over there by that base, which, I mean, good for them. That's what they're supposed to be doing. The clanners don't seem to really know what to make out of that. They're just like, hey, come fight. Why come fight? Why bang, bang, shooty, shooty? I thought that's what we came here to do. I'm like, did somebody tell me the wrong thing? They get the wrong memo, you guys.
How would Jade Falcon be feeling at this moment? Charging into battle and having such a disadvantaged numerical discrepancy.
The Falcons wouldn't see this as an issue. They were walking into this fight pretty cocky, pretty confident. They didn't really have too much that they were worried about. And honestly, it's really only 10 to 18. To be a true contest, I would feel like it would have to be 10 versus 20. Because back in the day, you had to double everything with the clans, but that's just my old school 90s mentality talking. The Falcons at this point would either be going, come on, come out here and fight, or they'd be running in there and doing something about it, because I don't see them as being that worried about this. Now, me personally, as a player, I think they're going to get creamed. I don't think that no matter how fancy their stuff is, it's like Tex once said, no matter how fancy your crap is, you can still die if you try hard enough. And we've got 3 units left to move here now, almost 2. Oh, he's going for it. Boy, howdy, look at that Firebot go. He's in enemy lines, baby. He knows what he's doing. He's coming.
Steel.
Yeah, baby. Don't blow a stiff breeze at him.
Okay.
Just fan your arms like that. It'll be enough to blow them off, of course.
Perhaps that speed there is enough to...
Here comes the other Kit Fox.
I see salvos coming in from the Inner Sphere side.
Oh, boy, howdy. Several units are over here declaring fire, and they're all ganging up, too. That Dasher, if he makes it through this turn, I will be amazed. I expect that Dasher to get lit up now.
It's a bold decision to run in like that without the rest of the
Look at that Banshee firing at the Kit Fox. Ah, you big bully.
No scruples here.
Such a large unit.
Oh,
good lord, did the Dasher live? You got to be kidding.
Gains heat.
Oh wow. Okay, so let's see what happened. Did the Dasher? We're now in round 3. Come on, baby.
You're down.
The Dasher lived.
Damage. Oh boy. I wonder if we'll see
He's
it come in
there.
and trip a Big Mac.
He's mixing it up. That plucky little guy. He's got the moxie. He's got the guts, and by golly, he's got the willpower and the know-how. He's gonna lay it down.
Now, ideally, if you're charging in like that with a light mech, you probably want to use your whole lance at the same time. AI is really extending it a bit there, I would say.
I programmed him as a skirmisher, so
nice.
The fact that he's up there doing, and besides, he's got so much speed. What the hell else is he going to do?
Yeah, indeed. Would the skirmisher want to get in and do some damage and maybe get out again? How's the self-preservation?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the actual settings
fair.
on it, but that's the idea of a skirmisher. Get in, bang, bang, shooty, and you are fast enough to peel out like the Fast and the Furious and not get shot on your way out of there.
Armor
armor is terribly thin. Have you not seen the armor diagram on this thing?
This is made of paper, but speed should make up for it, although it could be a little difficult on the pavement there.
Yes. The armor, I don't think, is any more than 2 or 3 in any given location.
Insane.
Any location. Most of it's like 2, 3. I think 3 is the center torso. I think that's like the highest.
That's crazy. But
see, the Masakari wants to fight, but he's having trouble getting there because he's having to negotiate this lake here. All the action's going on over here in the let's see, what's that? Northwest action? Yeah, that's where it's all going on up here and toward the middle. That Turkina's stuck all the way over here. So like I see, he's got to go up. Boop. And he's got the jump. He can get over it. The Warhawk's kind of effed. He might have to go up that ramp and try to come into the city that way. So here's what I predict. This Kit Fox, who has now moved over this direction, is going to get clobbered because he's got the Black Knight, the Orion, the Sentinel, and the Banshee coming for him. The Battle Cobra is kind of getting wise. He's read the writing on the wall. This dude is in trouble. Because what are you going to do at that point? You're going to move up forward, and then you're going to try and go through this valley here, and these guys are just going to be like, oh, this is... like those duck targets moving down at the carnival, but you only got to shoot the one.
Yeah, exactly. I think the 2 pools of water there by these hills could they could be used to its advantage. Though I think the Kit Fox is in a bit of trouble trying to get good movement through there.
All right, now we've got some shots.
Okay, long range stuff popping off between the Turkina and I guess the Centurion shooting at the Warhawk?
Yep. And like I told you, just like I told you, look, the Sentinel, the Black Knight, and now the Banshee, they're all gunning for that Kit Fox, just like I said. Only the Orion, he's taking on the Battle Cobra, but he's getting pummeled over here by a couple of guys.
Interesting that the Battle Cobra chose to shoot up into the group instead of supporting the Uller. There's definitely some decisions made by the AI that went to, critical hit from the Turkina on the Centurion.
Uh-oh.
No effect. But
lucky.
It popped through. You blew a laser off of the Lancelot, it looked like, as well. So even though the clans are outnumbered, you still have the potential, if you survive a few hits, you're dealing enough damage that you could potentially turn the tide here.
Maybe. I still don't think that I have the power in that other star, that little star.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody is still alive.
See some damage on the clan side, a little bit of damage on the inner sphere side.
As we go into round 4. Well, the Dasher has moved into the compound here. Now you're really buggered, buddy. And, okay, again, like I told you, the Kit Fox is backing off. He's had enough. I told you, pal. And the Black Knight is coming down the pike, just like I said he would. Here comes the Crockett. He sees the writing on the wall because these fellas are going to be here soon, and he wants to take a couple of pot shots at them. That makes sense. But like I say, that Dasher is buggered. He's in that complex now, and he's going to have to make so many stupid turns just to get around that they're going to clobber him if he lives.
This Dasher doesn't have jump jets, right?
No.
Poor decision of positioning.
I don't have jump jets. I know what you've got. Hold your position.
Well.
Damn it, sir. I need some help. You're not going to get any.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he did charge in there impetuously.
The Shadowhawk is on him. The Lancelot's on him. You got the Hopper up here.
This is what I call making a diversion.
I wonder if that's... I can't read what kind of terrain that is right there. So, yeah, the Uller doesn't want any part of this. He's had it. The Atlas has finally figured out what he's meant to do here and started strolling up Main Street.
Let's see. The Atlas... Would that one be disadvantaged at short range? I guess not, because the large lasers don't have a minimum.
No. You don't want to get into short range with an Atlas for any reason. Because, I mean, even if it's not rocking some crazy AC-20 or whatever, like, if that thing gets up next to you, it doesn't have to shoot you with a 20 cannon to do 20 damage to you. It could just kick you. And then you get a -2 to hit on that.
Oh, I guess the RS is quite short range. It's got an AC-10 and the SRM-4 with the twin large lasers.
Right.
So it doesn't care about being close.
No. And again, here comes the Sentinel. Here comes the Orion. Who do you think they're going to shoot this turn? My man's here is up on a level 1 hill. These guys can see you. Those trees don't matter, buddy. I don't know what you were thinking.
It's an interesting choice. Although, I guess on some level, this Uller is pulling these big threats off of the main battle group as well.
But look at the Uller, or not the Uller, the Dasher, the Fire Moth. He's down here on this itty-bitty little patch.
Oh, he got out.
Yeah, he had the movement for it. I'll give him that. He moves 15, 20. I mean, if he's got the mask on.
That's so absurd. It's so fast.
Yeah.
What's the penalty for shooting at someone who's moved 20?
If you move 20 hexes like in a row, I believe you'll get a +5 out of that.
So absurd.
But I think that's the fastest that you're going to get for most stuff in this era. You're not going to be getting like... There are rules for, +6, +7 defenses, but you got to be in like a hovercraft
yeah, that makes
to grab
sense.
that. God, there's a whole lot of shaking going on in turn 4, baby.
Look
Somebody's
at
going down.
Firing lines.
The Centurion's been blasted.
Concentrating fire on that Atlas? Is that what I saw?
I'm not sure yet.
Night Gear missed.
But look, Centurion up here. He
fell down. He fell down.
Banshee back here. He's got some problems.
Okay. 50 heat on the Warhawk there.
See, the firing on that turn went much faster. All right, we're moving into round number 5.
I see some damage on the clan side. I'm not seeing the whole IS side on those turn reports, but there's definitely damage. We're seeing it. I saw that Centurion failed a piloting check and fell down.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know what's the gimmick with this Banshee here. Let me see if I can't get me a status report real fast. I had it. But he got up anyway, or whatever the heck his problem was. It seems to have been solved. All right, Mr. Crossbow, he's going up to the Atlas, baby. He's going to dump it all. And then we got, what do you got? The Fire Moth is over here by the Atlas, too. Come on, fellas.
Silly choice.
Give it to him.
Is he in position to trip too? Oh, yeah, he's facing the right direction. We might see a kick and potentially a fall on the Atlas, which would be big this turn.
Hilarious if the Dasher did it. But and see, they won't program against physical attacks because the AI doesn't understand.
I see.
So they are adjacent. The Atlas is facing away from the Fire Moth, which is what he needs to be doing if the Fire Moth expects to live. The crossbow is what's going to bear the most of his wrath. But they got guys coming up behind the Dasher, so this may be the sacrifice play. Maybe the swan song for the old Fire Moth here. And what I tell you, here comes the Sentinel, the Black Knight, the Orion.
I'm seeing here the Kit Fox backed out, though. I think maybe...
Wait, the Kit Fox B. Hold on. The Kit Fox B. Where's the Kit Fox A? Is it dead? Did they kill it?
It'd be a wreckage on the field, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily. I can't see it anywhere else.
Someone just exploded. I think the Centurion just died.
Boom, Shanka.
I wonder what that kit... That was a different one than the B.
Yeah, my other Kit Fox was an A. The Kit Fox A is gone. I told you that gang of Murderers Row dudes would come over there and just waffle stomp him out of existence.
Is it possible that it retreated at this point?
I don't know, perhaps. But either way, that's the same thing. And that's even better for the Comstar folks, because then that means they didn't take any damage from it while they were getting it to get to this point.
That Banshee fell down.
Yeah, he fell down. Go boom. All right. Shot.
Okay, concentrating fire.
Look at how many people are shooting the Atlas.
Yeah, that's
And how many people are shooting at that Dasher? That Dasher is going down in a blaze of glory. Oh snap! I just got a copyright strike. Sorry, everybody.
Ultra AC-20 hit the Atlas. The Gladiator score. Wait, he's gone.
Look at, they're all gone. They're all gone.
Atlas stepped into crossfire.
We will have to go back and look at what in the blue hell just happened. But the Atlas and the Dasher have David Copperfield did their way off of the battlefield. Oof.
I'm also noting there's no pilots there.
Yeah. Maybe we killed them all.
Okay. With that Atlas down, this could be a bit more of an even fight. Although
now look at the Fire Falcon. He's coming. He's coming. He's ran in there like gangbusters, like he was Elliot Ness and didn't give a fuck.
What does that crossbow have for short range?
He's got all streaks.
4 streaks. Actually, that's kind of really scary.
Which is why I set him to Berserk. I wanted him to be like the linebacker, because that was the thing I couldn't have access to. The linebacker is one of my absolute faves. And I was like, fine, if I can't have a linebacker, I'll at least be able to take the great value version of it. Give me the crossbow B. It doesn't move as fast, but I still can deliver the same kind of fruit punch. Just get in there and get him. So that was the logic. Okay, finally, this Uller, he's getting some stones, some cojones. He's coming up to back up the Battle Cobra there.
Everybody made pavement checks.
Some pilot is crippled and withdrawing. This guy up here. I managed to notice. All right, the Banshee, the crossbows, getting it. Everybody's firing at the Fire Falcon. He gonna die.
I like that the
look at all the different colors. It's like all the colors of the rain. It's like Mardi Gras over there. And of course, there's a exclamation point. Yeah, he got wrecked.
I see big hits on those Streak SRMs. What are we looking at now?
Not too much left on the clan side here. I mean, we got maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh no, the Fire Falcon popped in one go. Did the
I knew he was
as well?
There was like 4,000 or 5,000 dudes firing at him. Of course. I think they were like, the Death Star, just blam. Of course he's dead.
That's so disappointing. I was extremely scared of those SRM-6s.
Nope. And see, the Kit Fox is now over here stuck dueling the Black Knight, and the Battle Cobra is stuck dueling the Oni K. So, I mean, he's going to be in trouble.
The gambit of pulling those mechs out may have backfired.
We shall see.
Looks like clan forces are dependent on the Turkina, the Warhawk, and the Gladiator for dealing damage at this point. Oh, and there he goes. Okay. Guillotine destroyed.
Boom, Shanka. Wrecked him.
Wrecked
him, barely saw him.
That was a slip on some pavement there, it looked like.
Yep, here comes some more blasts. Now that crossbow's getting it from the gang over here.
Oh, boy.
There's Scooby-Doo and him. I guarantee you. This turn, he's going to be Scooby-Doo. He's done.
Crossbow is smoking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm amazed he lived. The Battle Cobra is getting hammered. He's down, or has a severe problem. One of the crab's hurting, but at least we're getting much faster movement now. The crab is probably just like, I've had it, but I don't blame him.
Going back.
It looks like we whacked whatever other heavy mech was over there just a second ago. Now the Black Knight is gone.
Black Knight is gone.
Just the Orion and the Battle Cobra.
Hey, that really
Sentinel.
speaks to the efficacy of clan tech weaponry.
And they're blasting them. We are on round 8.
Taking some hits.
Oof.
Okay. I saw a pilot was killed just now.
Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun. Battle Cobra Prime is still just really struggling here. I still don't see the clanners winning it at this point. I just don't.
It's going to have a lot resting on the shoulders of the big boys. I think if the Gladiator makes it through this round without severe damage, that could be very telling.
Grasshopper destroyed by ejection.
Okay.
Ejected.
Right. Hey, Intersphere forces are starting to crumble.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. We got to be the Rocky Balboa. We got to come from behind.
I just saw red on the crossbow. King Crab taking hard hits.
Uh-oh. Come on, baby. We're in round number 10 now. It's flying thick and fast.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay, so I got nothing left over here. I got the turkey, I got the Massacari, I got the Night Gear, I got the Gladiator. I am down to less than a star.
Kit
now.
Fox just withdrew.
He's out. I got, like
Crab
I said, I got nothing.
Oh, it's all on the shoulders of these big three.
Yeah.
Although, you know, one good Ultra AC-20 hit could really make a difference here.
Kit Fox has fled. Fled!
This King Crab versus Gladiator situation. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Ultra AC
Here it comes,
hit.
folks. End phase round 10. I've still got my main and the Night Gear. I still got him, but Sentinels moving in. They're all moving in on the Gladiator now. I guarantee you, this is going to be a quick phase where they all fire at that guy until he's dead. And see, look at him. He's Berserker. So look, he moved right up into the enemy. He's like, "You want it, baby? You got it. Get out over here." This is the only way
to play with the Ultra 20. Oh, I hope he gets one.
He's coming.
Oh, and the crab was withdrawing. The King Crab.
Oh, the King.
Lots of shots on the Night Gear.
They're blasting the Night Gear.
I see red.
He ain't hanging out. He's done. It's over.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Come on.
It's closer than I thought it'd be at this point.
Night Gear's out. The Gladiator is only barely hanging on here. Then you got the Massacari and the Turkina. The Gladiator, I predict, will not live through this turn. He ain't got nowhere to go anyway.
This is the turn.
Look at him. He's over here just, all right. Drop it, fellas. Drop the hammer. They're all firing at him, just like I told you.
Concentrating fire. Shadowhawk took a critical...
Hey, but he's given at least somebody.
He lived. He lived.
Good Lord.
Oh, amazing.
And the Sentinel and Shadowhawk are just hurting for certain.
Oh, someone just popped.
And we're going to find out.
Pilot is on the ground. It's two names.
Shadowhawk, he's out. Come on, baby. Come on. Sentinel is out of the action.
Okay.
All right, here we go. They're trying to kill the execution.
I see lots of firing lanes. Shadowhawk.
Uh-oh. Did he live? That is the question. The Gladiator lived, but...
Gladiator lives.
He is on death's door. Let's just all be honest with ourselves.
Now, with the
here.
Berserker...
Finally, the Turkina and the Massacari coming into the city. Now they're starting to shoot at him.
Okay.
They're starting to draw fire away from that
Crockett
Gladiator.
just exploded.
Woo! Shanka. Lancelot having problems.
Does that mean the last command... Oh, there's two command mechs still in it with the Orion and the Highlander.
Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun.
Highlander firing lots of shots.
16 rounds. These guys have lasted quite a while.
It's insane. I also just caught that one of those mechs picked up the pilot as well.
They're all just blasting away. This is the swan song right here.
Exterminator out.
I will just be grateful that my guys took this 17 turns being that outnumbered and managed to fight. Look at how many Intersphere mechs are left.
It's insane. There's still 3 clan on the field as well. It's absolutely wild.
Oh my god.
I saw lots of hits on that Banshee just now too.
And the Banshee's
down.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
It's 1-1.
Uh-oh.
It's 3-on-3.
Uh-oh.
Banshee just blacked out. Pilot is out. Will the big boys pull it out and
I don't think
squeak out a victory for Jay Falcon?
I don't know. I don't think so. Uh-oh.
Oh.
God, this is heart-wrenching.
It's so close. Someone's crippled. Banshee's crippled. Big hits. Engine hits.
Uh-oh. The Gladiator is still around. Warhawk is hurting.
Someone popped. Orion and Jax.
Out. Come on, baby. We're in round 23.
Oh my goodness. It's 3v2.
The Warhawk is out. He is like unconscious or some shit.
Banshee got up, but he's withdrawing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, someone blew up. Wait a second.
Uh-oh.
I think that's it. I think Jade Falcon have just taken the day.
No way.
Jade Falcon comes out superior. Amazing.
Oh my God!
And it was the big three.
We have 2 minutes left in this Zoom meeting. 2 minutes, baby. The Jade Falcons have done it, Daddy. Woo! What you gonna do, brother, when Tukayyid and the Jade Falcons' claws run wild on you?
Oh, amazing.
Can I pick 'em or can I pick 'em?
I think the AI may be struggling with what to do with this pilot here.
Yeah, no, it's all over and done with now.
But this is crazy unexpected. I did not expect those big boys to survive the way they had. I'm so surprised that the Jade Falcons were able to swing it back. As it was happening towards the end, I really just felt that those 3 big mechs they had the potential, and they brought it forth. They were able to get the work done. That AC-20 and the Gladiator definitely is going to perforate some mechs, even the big ones.
I had more than one on the table. I had the Night Gear as well, had an AC-20 on it. So we can go back through this real fast. Let's just have a look.
I'm definitely interested to see if that Night Gear was able to soften them up.
Almost 80 turns before the opponent finally admitted defeat.
Oh,
and
no.
What wound up happening is the pilot was hiding from the enemy mechs. The Turkina and the Executioner were just like, we can't see anything. So they weren't shooting at it. And then after a while, it just ended up going, admits defeat. So
interesting. It's crazy, too, because if I saw correctly, it looked like that pilot ejected after the Centurion fell down.
Yeah, so here we are at round 1. And, things didn't really start to get hot until about round 7.
Okay, round 7, I see Mercury was destroyed.
Limb blown off, Mercury. Weapons fire for Masakari. Yeah, that hurt. Mercury gets hurt there.
Oh.
Remember I told you they were the Black Knight got wrecked. Let's see, weapons fire. Blew up the AC-20, AC-10 ammo.
A little past 10 turns in, the inner sphere forces started to crumble. And it looked like they had the upper hand for sure, especially with the loss of your scout star.
The entire game, okay? Like, there was at no point in time did I think until literally the very end that the clanners were going to pull this out. I said, okay, yeah, sure, that's nice. You've forced the King Crab to retreat, or we've cratered the Atlas, or whatever. That's cool in the gang, but, like, you still outnumber me by however many guys, so I just see this as, you'll grind yourself into dust, but...
Indeed.
The clanners still had the 2 machines hanging out at the very end.
The big mechs really made the difference, and are those mechs in this era, do those mechs... have Indo-Steel and such? Are they advanced tech in that?
Well, see, the comm guards unlocked a bunch of ancient protocols on mechs that were hundreds and hundreds of years old. So when they went to field them, these were Star League era mechs, so that they would be at least close to battle parity with these crazy marauding invaders. So the mechs that the comm guards would have access to should have things like Endo-Steel, XL Engine, ferrofibrous armor, extended range PPC, stuff like that. The only thing is their pulse lasers aren't going to be anywhere near the degree of what the clanners are, and that'll never change.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Outside of that, everything else was pretty close to what the clanners had. They just happened to have several 100 years to work on it while they were gone.
I definitely saw that I had a few designs with the double heat sinks, and of course this whole scenario could play out in a myriad of different ways. And
sure,
in the end, I'm really happy to see the underdog win. They knew the Jade Falcons bid away their advantage to the proper level, and whoever was in command of this battle knew. And I think it's kind of appropriate thematically, looking back at the RP behind this.
Sure, this
was a green brand new officer commanding some comm guard forces.
Sure.
And went in a little too cocksure and got handed his victory, or handed defeat by the claws of the Jade Falcons.
But let me just give the comm guards their due here in this particular fight. They did work the clanners down to literally 2 mechs, and those mechs had, stinking pock marks on them, just belching black smoke everywhere from every which way and every orifice you could think of. So they weren't exactly frontline units anymore. Yeah, they took the objective, but... And see, the comm guard's whole gimmick there was not necessarily to win so much as it was to just beat the snot out of these guys. Sure, maybe you let them think they won. That's fine. We still wrecked their house and left their faces rocked off on the soil over here, so they can't really do anything. Yeah, so it's a Pyrrhic victory kind of gimmick. Sure. I'm just blown away that I didn't just get munched. Like, I thought I was going to get munched. That's all. That's all it is for me.
That's fair. And, in the end, I'm putting my my MVP award out there for that gladiator, just charging into hellfire.
Oh yeah, that's guns why I made him berserk.
it turned out to be such a good choice. Was the Dasher also a berserker?
No, the Dasher was a skirmisher, as I recall. I don't see him as a berserker. He would just be like, "Meow, blam, dead." I wanted him to try and stick and move. I wanted him to try, because he has extended range medium lasers on that build and a targeting computer and enough heat sinks to fire a decent complement to these things. So he can remain at a decent range if he wants to and use that speed. But that's not what he did. He ran into the city and got clobbered. But it looks like he took the Atlas down with him.
I love it. That one turn of everyone turning the guns on that Atlas, that was a smart choice, and I think it would have been a great choice for human pilots as well.
Yeah, that pilot, he knew what he was doing. He knew what the game was. So, Dasher pilot, we salute you, buddy.
Ran in, pulled some mechs. It worked.
Fisticuffs like in the old days.
I do believe we also saw a fair amount of pilot deaths, people who didn't eject.
Several, as a matter of fact. And here's the thing that, seeing as how you brought that up, I'm so glad you did. What happened off camera while we were just waiting for this crazy loop to resolve is the Warhawk pilot had managed to finally wake up out of unconsciousness. He'd been unconscious for many, many turns. He gets up, he's stumbling across the pavement, oops, crash to the ground, falls on head, pilot death.
Insane.
Was killed through no fault of the enemy. Just, he was feeling woozy. Blam! You shouldn't have been driving at that point.
Yeah, exactly. And, as anticlimactic as that is, that's one of the elements I truly love about Battletech as a tabletop game. It's so RNG heavy that situations like this can happen and create great upsets. And if you were playing like a full-on RP, tying into the RPG type playthrough, this could be really detrimental to your company.
Sure. But anyway, it's been an absolute blast. Again, outcome I absolutely did not expect. I am still sitting over here just like, flabbergasted.
So good.
Thank you so much for being on the show, man. I greatly appreciate you, folks. If you haven't already, do that guy a big favor and check out Country Fried Minis right here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, leave comments, do all that fun stuff. It's what a nice person would do, so I think you should do it, because you're all nice people. You follow me, right? Anyway, we'll see you all next time right here on the Space Lanes.
Take it easy, folks. Thanks for stopping by.
Be sure to smash our like button and subscribe to our channel.
Crowdfunding is when lots of people give you small amounts of money to help your passion project come to life.